we've been playing a lot of Far Cry 5 recently, and it comes as no surprise that Montana's Hope County is full of, well, let's be generous and just say colourful characters. And that's not even including founders and members of Project Eden's Gate, the murderous doomsday cult that's taken up residence in Big Sky Country. Nope, even your friends and allies have peculiar tastes, and we wouldn't change a thing about them. Here are 7 very strange individuals that you just have to meet in Far Cry 5. There are no major story spoilers here, but be warned, there are some spoilers for side quests. So maybe come back later if you want to go into the game totally fresh.
I don't know how I'm gonna get out of this one.
Just to the east of Falls End, you can come across a remote shack that's home to one Larry Parker, whose electricity bill must be through the roof. Larry looks like your typical reclusive alien nutjob, though we are kind of jealous of his alien dickbutt t-shirt. But maybe he's not so delusional after all. He'll send you on a couple of errands. First to release him from a personal mishap, then to destroy some satellites on top of a very tall transformer station, which is definitely completely different to a radio tower, by the way, and then to a nearby crop circle, where you'll pick up some glowing alien samples. Maybe Larry was onto something. So, wrestle with a playful pup and take on a flock of turkeys at your peril. Who knew they were so vicious? And eventually you'll have everything you need to return to Larry and see the fruits of all his research. Side note, have a look inside his house for a distinctly Stranger Things vibe. Anyway, Larry's final job for you is to throw a switch, after which you'll see... Actually, I won't spoil the surprise. Thanks, Larry. That was out of this world.
I know what you're thinking. I too wish that you could come along, but it's too dangerous.
Finally, someone who's interested in the truth.
From your common or garden alien-obsessed weirdo to the lesser-spotted government conspiracy theorist, Larry has a kindred spirit in Zip Kupka. Despite being easily distracted and suffering from short-term memory loss...
You fuckers!
I see the wheels turning in your head. Now, hear me out. Yeah, I know who you are.
Zip is keen to recruit you into helping him show people the truth. The truth being that the government are using mind control on the general populace via their food. So, of course, he wants to take you to where they're pumping animals full of the stuff so he can put a stop to it. If he can drive you there in one piece, that is.
You know what I'm talking about. It's the animals. It's destroy the tool indoctrinating us. Okay. Looks like we're walking.
Once you finally get to the Flatiron stockyards and are no longer on fire, thanks Zip, he'll ask you to euthanize the animals being experimented on. Easier said than done when they've been drugged to be better, faster, stronger, and angrier. Once that's done, Zip will plant an explosive, but that will bring the cult and a bunch of cows running. Who ordered their steak? Well done? Anyone? After that, Zip will send you on more errands. But like every NPC in Far Cry, he's taking the lazy way out. Typical. Zip isn't the only person of interest on this list to favour a flamethrower, though. This elegant weapon for a more civilized age is also favoured by potential gun-for-hire Sharky Beaushaw. He's a man of simple pleasures. No pants, disco music, and using his trailer park as a consequence-free environment to crisp up some cultists. He'll invite you to join in on the fun, but when the speakers malfunction, you'll get a little more disco inferno than you bargained for. Things get kind of out of hand quickly, but it's nothing you and your new pyromaniac friend can't handle. Help him out and Sharky will be yours to call upon from that moment on, when he isn't busting some moves or, I don't know, making anonymous call-ins to radio talk shows, that is. Your secret's safe with us, Sharky.
Hey man, I'm sorry. I don't want to go on assuming nobody's gender or nothing. I mean, I don't mean no disrespect. I just call all my homies dude or bro or man, you know, regardless of vegetalia or penileness.
This being a Far Cry game, of course everyone's favourite idiot who likes to blow things up, Herc, shows up. But this time, we're meeting his entire family. Though you can spend time with Herc and his father Herc Sr. at their compound and do some work for Herc Sr. on the campaign trail to make Hope County great again, you should absolutely stop by the Drubman Marina to see Herc's mother, Adelaide, in action. In her own words, after 30 years, she shed the 250 pounds of deadbeat husband holding her back, and now she's grabbing life by the horns, and other places, apparently. Getting herself a chopper, a yoga-loving toy boy, and a youthful bloodlust that's doing wonders for putting a spring back into her step. Once you hunt down her helicopter Tulip for her, steal it back from some cultists, and murder her former friends and traitors that turned over to Eden's Gate, Adelaide is another gun for hire that can fly her chopper and provide air support. And you can do an additional eco-warrior laptop hacking container exploding side quest line for her boyfriend Xander to unlock Helicopter Tulip for personal use across shops in Hope County. Wow, she's really leaning into that cougar persona.
50 feet in the air. I'm your gal. You call me anytime, except around sunset. Xander likes to do yoga around then, and I like to watch. You ain't lived until you seen that ass and downward-facing dog.
Speaking of, and what a 100% natural segue that was, of all the guns for hire available in the game, Peaches the Cougar might just be my favourite. Sure, the others have helicopters and planes and bazookas and sniper rifles, but not only is Peaches ideally suited to my silent but deadly playstyle with her sneaky takedowns, she loves cuddles. Actually, she's quite a softie at heart, really. Even more so than Diabetic Bear, Cheeseburger. Which is ironic, given the Peaches' former owner, Miss Mabel, at Peaches Taxidermy, is probably one of the scariest people in the game, cultists included. Do what she says and ignore the shade thrown at Adelaide, grab Peaches' treats and lead her back to the taxidermy. Miss Mabel will decide that owning a big cat as a pet is actually way too much trouble, no kidding there, and give Peaches to you. And from then on, she's an adorable but absolutely deadly asset to your party. She is a little bit vulnerable to explosions and gunfire, however, but that's not a big problem. The teachers of Peaches? Scritch the pain away. Pat the pain away. Rub the pain away. You get the idea.
Warrior spirit. You know what this town needs? Balls.
Chef Casey at the Spread Eagle Bar has a simple but noble dream. It's to bring joy and hope to his fellow man in dark times, to put smiles on the faces of those around him, and to inject a bit of normalcy in an otherwise scary, murdery situation. And what better way to do that than with some testicles? Hope County's annual Testicle Festival is coming up, and Casey doesn't want the town to miss it. So he enlists your help in securing party supplies and, more importantly, securing bowls. 3 ways. Those poor bowls will never see you coming, but hey, at least they died doing what they love, and to an excellent soundtrack. Not a terrible way to go, really. Anyway, bring what you need to back to Casey and the Testy Festy can go ahead. Of course you're down to be included in the festivities, but remember, what happens at the Testy Festy stays at the Testy Festy. And same goes for whatever happens the morning after. After you go rescue him from some cultists at the Mastodon Geothermal Park, Dr. Charles Lindsay works for the Resistance. He's been figuring out ways to sedate the cult's brainwashed slaves hooked on the drug bliss. So after you dive in and retrieve his bag of samples from a geothermal hot spring, the real fun begins. Charles is a vet ordinarily, but the current state of affairs in Hope County have him stitching up bullet wounds for people more than birthing calves. Anyway, Charles needs further ingredients for his so-called angel calming serum, so you're off on a spot of hunting. Side note, Peaches and Cheeseburger are really handy for when you need to hunt down other animals. Peaches especially can chase deer down in an instant, so long as you can find where she actually downed them. Bring your kills back to Charles and he'll cook up a sample to try out on some angels, once you clear the area of cultists first. Place the bait on a table, get to a vantage point, and watch science at work. Isn't nature beautiful?
Deputy, so here's the thing. I'm positive I added adrenochrome to the bait mixture, but the problem is, I'm staring at a full vial right now. Maybe I didn't put it in? No idea how that might affect the results. As long as you haven't put the bait down yet, we could re-examine our plan. Let me think about this for a second.
Shoot that pesky little thing!
We have plenty more Far Cry videos for you to check out, including one that tells you how you can technically finish the game in just 10 minutes. With more videos on the way next week as reviews hit, so don't forget to subscribe to Eurogamer or hit the notification bell if you have already to keep up to date with everything Hope County, and for loads of other games as well. Do give us a like if you enjoyed this video, and thanks for watching. Bye!